Hello and welcome to Crunch Time. I'm your host, Josh Riley, and I will be talking to you today about the craziness, the insanity, the ridiculousness, the phenomenon that is Steph Curry. He is single-handedly changing the way the game is played and revolutionizing his position and just doing stupid things on a nightly basis and making it look way too easy, making it look effortless, as they say. Yeah, they're saying that. And his latest example of that was the other night when the Warriors played the Oklahoma City Thunder in a very tough, close game that the Warriors almost lost but came back to win in overtime. And Steph Curry just went absolutely bonkers in that game and subsequently almost broke the internet. Let me tell you why. In that game, he broke the record for most three-pointers made in a game, which is previously set by him. He also broke the record for consecutive games with a three-pointer with at least one three-pointer made in a game, which was set by Kyle Korver. He also tied the NBA record for most three-pointers made in a game with 12, which he now shares with Donnell Marshall and Kobe Bryant, of all people. And he also scored 46 points and hit the game winner in overtime from about 40 feet. And he hit that 40-foot three-pointer about as easily as it was just shooting a free throw in practice. And the craziest thing is he actually practices those shots. You know, it's 40-foot three-pointers and half-court shots. He practices those every single day. And that's probably not even the craziest thing. Probably the absolute craziest thing is Andre Iguodala hit the two free throws that sent the game into overtime. This is a dude that's a career 61% free throw shooter. So for him to hit those two free throws, he doesn't hit those free throws, we're not having this conversation. So that's the biggest thing. But still, Steph Curry, man, he's turning the basketball world upside down. I mean, even video game programmers are having difficulty trying to accurately portray Steph Curry, the basketball player, because he is the video game in real life. Like you think about create a player mode, right? You try to make all the player skills like really high. Now, if you want to create a player and you want to make him at least a little bit realistic, he would probably be about Steph Curry's height and build. The shooting and the ball handling would definitely be way up there. The athleticism and the speed would be up there, but not too crazy, but enough to get past defenders and also sneak by you for a dunk every now and again. Defense would be good, rebounding would be decent. All those things, like that's Steph Curry. Like he is the video game that you get to see every night. So that's why these video game creators are having so much trouble trying to make the video game version, because you're seeing it night after night happen for real. And that's just so amazing to me. And people cannot stop talking about him. And now the argument is becoming a lot more serious about, is he the best player in the NBA over LeBron James? I mean, even LeBron himself sent out a tweet after that performance saying that Steph Curry is doing things that has never before been seen in the history of basketball. And who am I to argue with him? I mean, that should tell you something right there, that he's doing things that that can't be explained. I mean, his range is so crazy. It probably starts from the moment that he sits up in bed in the morning. I'm pretty sure it does. And who am I to doubt that he could hit a shot from there? And it's just he's just doing things that you just can't be explained. And now people are even going up to the other side of the spectrum. Like, is what he's doing and the Warriors team as a whole bad for basketball? Hell no, it's not bad. It is great. It's amazing. It's awesome for basketball, because it is a beautiful thing to watch. It's exciting to watch, and they're chasing history on top of it, chasing that 72-10 Bulls team, and they're well on the way. They're sitting at 53-5 right now, with 24 games left in the season and showing no signs at all of slowing down. And what's even better is this might be the first season that we had two teams that win at least 70 games, because the Spurs quietly sitting at 50-9 with no signs of taking their feet off the gas either. So it's like what Steph is doing is it makes me speechless, is what it is. And you got people trying to explain it. or people trying to downplay it. Like you have players that played maybe 40, 50 years ago saying, oh, well, Steph Curry played back then. He wouldn't be putting up those kind of numbers because the game was so different or defenses were so different. And I'm like, okay, well, today's game, the players are faster, stronger, more athletic, more explosive. You know, the defensive strategies are much more advanced. And he's putting up these kind of numbers. Now you put that same dude like 40 or 50 years ago against those players, he's gonna put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers like every night. So it's like, I'm sorry, I respect you guys and what you guys did, but ain't nobody stopping Steph Curry then, and they sure as hell haven't figured out a way to stop him now. I'm just enjoying the ride. I love seeing this happen. It couldn't happen to a better dude, a more humble guy, better organization, and I just hope bigger things, bigger and better things keep going for him. And he is, helping guys that, maybe feel like they weren't sure if they could actually make it, if they could do things, actually believe they could. Sure, he has NBA genes on his side because his dad also played in the NBA and is also one of the best shooters of all time. But he still had to work his butt off to get to where he is today. And he's going to only get better. And I cannot wait to see what is going to keep happening. 24 games left, man. Plenty of time to make more magic. And I have a feeling that he's going to do just that. Okay, so, yeah, I just had to put in my 2 cents on this whole craziness that's going on. So, if you have any questions or anything you want me to answer. Oh, speaking of which, I did have a question from my last show about Byron Scott, the Lakers coach. Like, who would make a better coach once he gets fired? I'm surprised he still hasn't been fired. Luke Walton comes to mind. Also, Brian Shaw. The Lakers are smart. They will try to snatch up one of those 2 guys immediately. Maybe we can turn things around once and for all. So if you got any other questions, feel free to put them in the comments section below. But until next time, thank you for watching this edition of Crunch Time. Now here is today's funny.
And then I was like, or no. It wasn't even that funny, girl. You need to chill.
I mean, it's crazy.
What?
We finish each other's
sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
I've never met someone who thinks so much like me. Jinx! Jinx again!